Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. We need to jump right into this one today. Number one, I'm gonna try to not run the heater too much so you can hear me. And two, I forgot a tripod, which means I've got to hold this thing for the entire duration of the video. I don't have a tripod. So that's gonna be fun. Inside, you see my Subaru Outback, the same Outback we've been working on for 2 videos now. Nothing major to report here. She's doing fantastic. But we got some parts in, so let's get these unboxed and put them on. So here in the trunk of my super messy car, or the hatch, is this header. This is what we're gonna install today. This is from Flashark Racing. There'll be a link in the description below if you're interested in any of their products, with a discount code for you guys to check out as well. They do a bunch of different things, but they have stuff for Subarus, and they reached out and sent me this guy. So we've got a set of gaskets. Well, there's one. The other one's probably in here somewhere. There it is. There's our gaskets and all the new hardware to put this in, and of course the manifold. Now this is it's called an unequal length header, and the way this works is that the piping coming from one side of the engine loops around further than the other side, because this is a flat 4 boxer engine. And by doing this extra little tube in here, it changes the sound and gives it that uneven sounding wop 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 that a lot of Subarus are known for. So I'm hoping that that'll make this thing sound a little more wop 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 wop. But we won't know until we put it on. So let's get it out of the plastic, get it up in the air, and listen to it. I am going to start this thing up first and give you an exhaust clip before and then after. Underneath the car now, this is the new exhaust that I just had done like 2 months ago, and you can see it's already starting to rust, and then it's super salty under here. I thought I got it pretty good when I washed it a few weeks ago, but I guess not. So I need to take it to one of the good car washes that does the undercarriage wash, because she's salty. But anyway, this is the new exhaust. This is the accelerator, I don't know how you say that. Just like a turbo tube muffler. And then it goes to like, I think 3-inch piping or something. And then all the way out the back through a single tip. And it sounds pretty good. We got rid of the factory exhaust that was back here that was super rusty. I do want to try to find maybe like some WRX exhaust or something and put on it in the future. But for now, this is working pretty good. Still kept the factory cats on it. A buddy of mine told me, leave the cats on there and leave the stock airbox on there if I can. That would be the best combination for not ruining the poor little EJ that's in it. But she's super dirty, grimy, salty. And anyway, these bolts up here still look pretty good though. I think we're gonna be able to get those out just fine. And I'm gonna hold the new one up and see how well it mates up to, like I said, I know it's gonna go a different direction across the front, but I think we'll be okay besides that. Underneath here, you got 14 mils. And you got 3 on each side. Over here. And I already broke them loose with a ratchet. I'm just showing you that they came right out and they're not breaking. Back here, we've got the same setup. I haven't touched these yet though. Voila. And the other one is kind of a bear to get to because it's up behind that heat shield. But that's all that holds this up right here. So we should be able to drop it. I might have to take this hanger off right here on the converter just to give me some more flex. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. What I did, unplug the rear O2 sensor because it goes up behind the axle right there. The front one I left in, we've just got the bracket undone, but it's still connected. Got a jack, an exhaust jack underneath, back up. There we go. Holding it up back here. And now we can get, there's the bottom bolt we loosened, and here's the upper one that's kind of a pain to get to. So I think we'll put this in the same way we just took it out. Unbolt the header, bolt the new header in first, raise it all back up, and then slide this because I still have all of my studs in the head up here. None of them broke, none of them are loose, which means we should be able to just slide the new one right up on there, and I don't even have to use the new hardware. Nice. They are on the ground, and now you can see how the factory one is just a Y that goes back, and the new one has this big loop across the front. Other than that, they look pretty much the same, unless you guys spot a difference that I can't see. So we're gonna put this in. I'm gonna clean up the head surface, make sure it's good. Put the new gaskets on. I don't know if it came with a new one for this or not. This one was new that I put on here just a couple months ago, but the rest is getting to it already. I'll clean this up either way. I'll check the box again for another one for the down part, and we'll slide it all back in. Pretty straightforward stuff. God, I really got to clean underneath here. This is awful. Mud. Yeah, mud, salt, and everything. There she is. Got the new gaskets in there. Got everything torqued down. So there it is, new gasket and stuff in right there. Everything tightened down. I got to put this bolt back in the hanger. Got the oxygen sensors hooked back up, zip tied my wire out of the way, so we can crank it up and hear it. Back on the ground, let's get you guys an exhaust clip. Hopefully that's gonna work. Oh, that sounds good. How do you zoom with one finger while you're recording? Yeah, if there's a gap between that, it's a freaking hair. Oh shit, that's hot. Who would have thunk hot exhaust would be hot, you know? This is the part of the video where I was supposed to throw in clips of us like shooting it down a road and you're hearing the wah as I went by, but it's not. It's a whole different day. Valentine's Day then came and went. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Check this crap out though. Header's back off. I was having fitment issues. It's already actually rubbed through the plastic sheathing on that power steering line. Mint. And then the sway bar, it was rubbing right here on the corner of the sway bar. Now, if they'd have bent that pipe just about half an inch further down, we wouldn't have had this problem. Because when the car is on the ground, there's weight on it, and the sway bars are pulled up, this part here turns up more. Like, I don't know if I can explain that, but that piece pivots up. But it didn't work. And I heard that weird sound, and I was kind of chalking it up to just the exhaust itself is just noisier. You know, it's more of an open chamber, whatever. And then I looked underneath it again last night when I got home with it, because I could feel it like in the steering wheel. That's because it's vibrating through the damn sway bar. So I look online. This is the one. I mean, nothing's wrong, but what happened was the cheaper casting of this right here, this second port that goes around to the passenger side head, it was, I don't know how to show this, but you can actually see it kind of right there. You see how this pipe is up higher? Right there we go. This pipe is up higher. All the way across, it just got higher and higher as it went. And you can see it was still higher right here until I just beat the shit out of it with a mallet. I hate to do that to a brand new header, but I mean, quality control, folks. If that would have been tweaked down just a hair when they put these two flanges together, if they put that pipe in that flange and just tweak the flange down or the pipe down a little to make them more uniform. Yeah, see, look, you can actually see the other pipe sticking out from the bottom right here because it's lower, and this one just went up and around. So I bent and beat the crap out of it. This is what we call a flow restriction, which is exactly what you want on a boxer engine, but now it's lower, more flush. Also, these gaskets, you know, I haven't had them on the car for about 40 miles. Ripped as soon as they came off. This one delaminated completely, 2 pieces. Fantastic stuff. So, all right, so look now. Everything's back on, everything's bolted back up. We now have clearance. I don't know if you can tell or not. There's room now. There's acres and acres of room. Keep in mind that is the lowest the sway bar will ever be, because once the tires get on the ground and the wheels go up, it's gonna turn that sway bar up and roll that up inside there. So right now with the car off the ground, wheels suspended, I would literally have to jump this thing to get it to raise that high again. And we have space. I also massage the lines up there. We got plenty of room between those now. It doesn't look pretty, I don't give a shit. We also broke the rear bolts off back here. Of course we did. Got those knocked out. Actually used the cheap little hardware that the exhaust came with to put those new bolts in there. I got our bracket right here put back on. Like I said, everything is torqued, nothing is touching. I also used the OEM gaskets that I had on here from the stock manifold because they were not ripped and falling apart, unlike the ones that just came off the car from 40 miles ago. Now we can put it back on the ground and crank it up and see if we have any freaking leaks. So I've got some free time today, and as you can see, the Subaru is back. We're here at the shop. I know we've skipped a little bit in like 7 weeks, something like that, on this manifold installation video, or this header installation video. So what's going on? I had another fitment issue that I didn't even realize I had until I brought it in here, put it on the rack to check something else, and I noticed that we were rubbing the transmission in one spot ever so slightly, and I think I've got that remedied. But it's due for its oil change today, so let's put it in the air, check on the exhaust again, and wrap this video up. Underneath, you can see the manifold looking all pretty, other than the mud dirt from where we take it off-road, and it's been fine. But right here, we're rubbing the top of this flange against the bottom of the transmission right there. But now, we've got a nice gap all the way through, not touching. Now what I did was this bracket here that had 2 bolts that bolted to the back of the transmission. I took both of them out and moved the bracket down. So this hole used to go where that bolt right there is, and now that is the top one. And that spaces the whole thing down just a touch, not much, just enough to get it the clearance that we need in there, and it doesn't flex. So it's tight. And then where we beat the header down over here, oh, that's looking good. Clearance for days. Not my best work, but it is what it is. Let's go through and get the oil change knocked out. Something else I was just noticing and curious about, it does not hit the manifold when you drain it. So that's nice. This oil is definitely getting dark. It's got right at 3,000 miles on it. With the oil change finished, there is one final piece of the puzzle to remedy. You guys remember when I put the engine in this car, I had to do that. I'm not proud of it, so don't even start with me. But this is the best thing I could do with the stuff that I had at hand in order to let the mass airflow sensor read. And I taped it up really good. I know it looks like it's not taped up, but there's tape inside here as well, so that all the air that goes through is indeed metered. But this is janky, and it makes the airbox sit crooked so that I can't put a bolt in it down here, and I don't like that. So Dad was at the salvage yard this morning, and guess what? They just got a fresh Outback in there. And in the fresh Outback, ta-da, is the breather pipe thing that we so desperately needed. And this will go like that. I think it goes that way. It goes one of these. Either way, it goes on there. So let's get rid of this. Much better. Got it all cleaned up. Last piece is this cover for the battery, or the battery tray. This needs to go in. It's been sitting on the shelf for months. It goes right here. And I've also got the bracket for the battery, which I put a fresh coat of paint on. So I thought, well, and then I lost it, so. Battery hold down, put a little fresh coat of paint on. It's not the prettiest thing, but it was pretty rusty, so it's at least black again. Get all this put in, whichever way it goes. Ta-da! And I've got the hooks for it too, somewhere. Oh, over here. One of them I lost, so I found this one, which might be a touch long, but I could cut a little off the end if that's the case. I don't know for sure yet. We're gonna put it on and see. And just like that, it's all put in. The only part we have to hunt down now is the little piece that connects to the front of the air filter box and goes right here. It's like a little air dam. It just diverts air over. Besides that, stock boots in, batteries on, tie downs in, tray is in, looking minty fresh. We did get another reservoir because mine had a crack in the bottom and it was seeping, so that's taken care of. And I'd really like to get a dress-up kit for it and change some of these wire looms and some of the rubber lines. Maybe do a colored set or something, I don't know. And then at some point, I'm going to replace the fuel lines. You can get a whole set. These are not necessarily prone to leaking, but I've had to replace the clamps and stuff where the little regulators are. And I would just like to add that peace of mind. Also, the transmission cooler lines that are underneath, they're still damp where they're seeping just a touch. So I really need to get a new set of those ordered for probably in time for the next oil change. And we'll see about that. Otherwise, everything's done, good to go. And yeah, that's probably gonna wrap this one up. So there's somebody going down the road. There's the wrap up with the header install and what I think of it after a few thousand miles now. And it's not bad. I do like the sound of it. I'm probably gonna go back and change the muffler itself next. I don't know yet, we'll see. Recommendations for exhaust, you can put them in the comment section down below. There's also a link to Flashark Racing if you want to go pick up something for yourself. I think there's a discount code. I'm not entirely sure. Any of that stuff, once again, in the description box down below. But there you go. There's another update on the Subaru Outback. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it all. I don't think of anything else right offhand. I think we did mention we finally got the headlights in it, the LEDs for the low beams. Oh my gosh, it's a Subaru. You gotta have the key in. There we go. So the lighting on the front of the car has been provided by Lasfit, however you say that, Lasfit. And it doesn't look too bad. We did have trouble getting the low beams to work because of the cap here that goes on the back of the headlight was a little cramped as far as putting the big style LEDs in there. And then we did adjust the spread so that it's not blinding everybody going down the road. And I think it came out looking pretty good. So we've got the fog lights in it now, low beams and high beams. I want to go back and change these corner lights, but haven't had time to do that yet. And I'd like a whole new set of headlights themselves just because of how yellow and hazy these are. I keep cleaning them, but they really just need to be replaced. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. That's going to wrap this one up. Thank you all for watching. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. We'll catch you all in the next one. I'm sure there'll be something else we'll do on the Subaru. Thanks for watching.